Hey guys, Corey here, bringing you another killer Town Hall 13 war base. Look at my finger right there. 5 defenses, 84% was the best they could do on this base. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where you can find the base link. One of the best parts about this is it's not even a maxed base. His cannons are not maxed, his archer towers are not maxed, his Teslas are not maxed, and it still defended way better than a ton of max bases in our most recent war. Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful war base design. I'm going to be showing you guys 4 different failed attempts on this base, giving you guys a little bit of proof how good this base is. Then at the end, I'm going to be telling you guys some of the design features that make this such a challenging base to attack and why it defended so well. And hang in there, guys, because in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where to find the base link to copy this base immediately. We got a Yeti bowler smash coming in on this attempt right here with a blimp. That blimp has got Yetis in it. It's going to be a Yeti bomb on the backside of this attack. He's already created a funnel on the right-hand side using a P.E.K.K.A. and the baby dragon is using the king on the left hand side to create that side of the funnel, and Queen is trying to cut in the rest of that funnel, move her way to the right, and hopefully join up with the group going into the base. Now he's got Yetis down. He wants to get them down in time so they're able to tank for the Queen, and then he's going to be putting those healers directly onto the Yetis. There we go. He's got to jump. Look at that he's opening up. This is a pretty solid attack strategy right here. He definitely planned this out, accounted for every section of the base. It's just not going to go his way. Gonna rage through that section. He's got another jump to try to get back to the Town Hall section of the base. We've got a Royal Champion in on the right hand side, popping that Royal Champion ability, and now we got that blimp coming in with that Yeti bomb. Look at that rage on those Yetis coming out of that blimp, trying to take out that top section of the base with the Yetis and raged up Yeti mites. Those defenses are falling fast. He does have a triple ice golem in this CC. Guys, I do not recommend it changing traps, Teslas, or the defensive CC. If you change those things, it's not going to defend the way it was designed to defend, and that core push is dying out. What happened was his Queen never curved in and went in with the rest of the crew. Instead, she went to the left on the outside of the base. If she would have gone in, he definitely would have got the 2-star on this attack, but I do not believe that it would have been a triple or really even that close to a triple. Let's go check out the next one. Next attacker coming in with a hybrid attack. That's a Queen charge with half miners, half hogs for the back end. Now he's going to be trying to Queen charge down the top side of this base to the left into that Town Hall. Looks like he's planning on wall breaking into the multi-target scatter shot compartment right here, but if you look at the distance between this wall and out here where we would have to drop the wall breakers, it's going to be really difficult to time a freeze with a wall break that far into the base. So he's going to run into some serious issues on that side of it. He brought an Electro Dragon to funnel out the right hand side, just trying to take out as many of those buildings on the side there as possible so that he's got a nice path into the base for his miners and hogs. Alright, Queen's moving her way down to the left, using a rage there. Had 2-point defenses on her, now 3. Probably didn't quite need that rage yet, but he wanted to have her up at full health. By the time she came into range of that scatter shot, he's freezing that scatter shot. Oh no. He's getting a little lost right now. That's where he should have dropped the test wall breaker. Scatter shots on her. Gets another freeze. Queen's busy with their skellies. He's going to not get those wall breakers in there in time. And now there's no more buildings left for them to target to try and get that wall break. And now that Queen is toast. The multi is locked onto her healers. She's got an enemy king, 3 ice golems to deal with, and the damage from the multi and the Town Hall. He's going to drop his king in there just to try and take care of those ice golems, so at least his miners and hogs have a chance. But at this point, when your Queen dies that soon, getting that little value, you know, if you're a smart attacker, you realize it's not gonna be a triple. Here we go. We got that siege barracks down with P.E.K.K.A.'s. P.E.K.K.A. was trying to soak up a little bit of damage, but look at the Queen and the Grand Warden right here. Those two together do a massive amount of damage. They melted through that P.E.K.K.A. like he was a giant, or they melted through him like he was a barbarian. Honestly, that P.E.K.K.A. died so fast. That is probably the fastest I've ever seen a P.E.K.K.A. die before. He's got the Royal Champion coming in on the right, trying to reinforce those troops. Oh, that heal could not quite cover that whole middle section, and a ton of those troops died as a result. He's got reinforcements coming in from the top and from the right coming out of that siege barracks, so he's got some more hogs in there, but he's already had to use his Grand Warden ability at this point, so those hogs do not stand a chance. They will absolutely not get any further than the Town Hall, and that's if they made it that far, which they are not going to. So good try for the attacker. attacker here. We'll go to ×4, but we know that this is not only a fail, but it is a 1-star fail. Next attempt is going to be a P.E.K.K.A smash, Yeti smash. It's kind of like half and half. He's got 2 P.E.K.K.As, 4 Yetis, 6 bowlers, so a little bit of a mix going on in there, but he's got bat spells for the back end, which we do not see very often at Town Hall 13. He identified this section up here as being weak to bats since he can get the Wizard Tower and the multi all in the same freeze, which, you know, not too bad, but it's just not gonna work out for him. This is actually the attack that got the closest out of all the 5 attempts on this base. This one was an 84% 2-star, so this was the best attempt that we saw on this base. Now he rages up the Grand Warden. He's a little bit worried about time there, and he definitely is right to be worried about the time there, because it is easy to fail with these types of attacks on the basis of not having enough time to get it done. King cut in the funnel on the left-hand side there with his ability. He's able to get a nice, comfortable funnel down that wall. Now we've got P.E.K.K.As, Yetis, bowlers coming into the base with healers. Queen coming in with them as well. Has a few loons going in there trying to soak up any seeking air mines. He wants to keep those healers alive and healing those troops throughout the base and through to that Town Hall section. Wallrakers busting its way in through the base. Most of the troops going. We only had 2 bowlers walk on the left side, it looks like. So he did get the majority of that push into the base. He has used all his rages and his Grand Warden at this point, so it's up to that core push to see if they can get it done without the additional help of a Grand Warden ability or any other rages, and they're not heading to that Town Hall, guys. We got Bats in up on the top. He's got misplaced freezes. Oh my gosh. That is not working out well for him at all. Finally gets a good freeze spell down up top, but let's look at this. Even if he didn't miss all those freezes, he's still got Wizard Tower, and he's still got a Wizard Tower right here that would have been waiting to eat him. Still got another Wizard Tower on the very backside that would have been eating those bats as well. Queen does step up and get the Town Hall down, which is the only reason that this ended up being a 2-star attack and not a 1-star fail like so many of the others were. Let's times it by 4 because I do want to see what he ends up with this. Actually, in my notes, I do believe, yeah, he ends up at an 84% 2-star on this. Let's go check out the last example. Next up, we got a Yeti smash. This one's going to be used in the 4 quakes, plus another jump spell, trying to get all the way through this base. Only 2 rage spells on this attack. That is going to come into play actually very soon. He thought he'd get some easy funneling done with his Grand Warden out there, but when he steps up, he's going to encounter that Tesla farm and get in a lot of trouble really fast. Kind of a dangerous section to Warden walk right there just because of the proximity of the Queen and the enemy Grand Warden, so if you step up too far, your Warden's going down fast. We saw how fast that P.E.K.K.A went down earlier. He's got a King to get some more funneling on the right. He gets that rage down on his Grand Warden just in time, but guys, with this composition, he only had 2 rages. He couldn't afford to use one on his Grand Warden right there because he's only got 1 rage for the whole core push in this base yet, alright? And not great funneling, but it doesn't end up mattering because the Yetis and P.E.K.K.As, luckily for the attacker, end up all going into the base anyways, even though he had a horrible funnel on this attack. Now he's planning on having those Yetis and P.E.K.K.As bust through that layer of the wall. He wanted to open up this section back here so they'd have access right next to that Town Hall so the Yeti Mites would go for it, and or the Queen would be able to step over and shoot that Town Hall. Here we go. He's got the Royal Champion coming in on the bottom right-hand side. Still got P.E.K.K.As and Wizards moving around on that side, doing some cleanup as well. Man, that triple Ice Golem had those Yetis and the P.E.K.K.As and the Queen held up for a really long time, and they're already so low on health. I don't know if he's going to have enough steam to get through the rest of this. Oh my gosh, Queen pops her ability. She's on her last sliver of health to deal with some air skellies. She's not going to have enough health left to take out this Town Hall. Gets a poison down on the enemy Barbarian King. Queen is down. Yetis are down. This attack is done. This one's going to end up being an 80% 1-star fail. Alright guys, the base link to copy this base can be found at the very bottom of the description of this video. So you scroll all the way to the bottom to the description. The last thing in there is the link to copy this base. Now check out the design features on this. First of all, we got the Town Hall outside of the base, but also covered with an exterior wall piece out here that's properly spaced so that you cannot snipe it from outside the wall. It's difficult to suey because you've got that wall blocking, and difficult funneling to get in there and suey for it. But since it's not on the inside of the base, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to Yeti smash smash, which we saw several times already in this video. Another beautiful design feature is all this dead space running through the entirety of the base, breaking it up into sections. So that's going to keep you from really getting any good value from bowler bounces or any good paths through the core of the base that are able to actually take out the rest. All right, bowlers aren't going to be able to reach over those dead space there, and you're just really limited on where your troops are going to funnel and actually go in there. We saw it had a hard time going into here and going out there. They want to go around to the sides instead of continuing to go deeper into the base. You could run straight through this whole compartment here, but you wouldn't be able to reach anything on the other side of you, really, so there's really no benefit to doing that either. So lots of dead space, exterior town wall, good spacing on a lot of that stuff as well. Very solid and difficult base design. On the screen right now, you should see a link to my War Bases playlist. Check that out. Center the screen, subscribe to the channel, bring you guys more War Bases. I'll see you in the next video.